Hey there! Since a lot of people were asking about a guide for Crimson, I decided to make one. In this video, I'm going to cover the new gameplay options about this mod and how they interact with each other. Also, we're going to see some cool hidden tricks and tech so you can incorporate it all into your combos. Do note that this mod is in beta yet, so any changes in the future could function differently than the ones shown in this video. Also, this video is specifically related to Crimson mode. For a better understanding of how Dante's air combat works in DMC3 Vanilla, I suggest to check this guide. We will analyze the general gameplay changes and Dante's specific changes in this video. Vergil is going to be covered in another video right after this one. First thing we are going to talk about is Inertia. Most DMC players know that Inertia comes from DMC4 as a very useful mechanic for cool-looking combos. You can manipulate Dante's momentum in specific situations. In Crimson, Inertia works similarly, but there are very clear differences. First of all, you need to know how to trigger Inertia here. As I've covered in my Dante guide, there are different types of jump in DMC3. Neutral, forward, and backwards jump. Depending on the move we're going to execute, the jumps will determine Inertia's direction. For example, Rebellion's aerial Rave behave like this. Tornado, Nevan aerial Rave, Rainstorm, Fireworks, Artemis, and some other moves behave exactly like Rebellion. But not all moves work like that. For example, Airplay will get forward inertia from neutral jump as well, leaving only a backwards jump for backwards inertia. This is the case for Aerial Cross, Skydance, and Cerberus air moves. The same applies when you do a jump cancel, but there's a big problem. If you want to have backwards inertia from a backwards jump cancel, you need to wait a bit. Otherwise, you won't get inertia at all. This can be fixed with two moves that represent the replica of DMC4 interactions. Jump canceling Sky Star or Killer B gives you a lot of inertia aimed at the direction of your stick. All the moves that indeed get inertia from Crimson mod benefit from these two techniques. So, if you want to fully utilize inertia in your gameplay, my advice is to start practicing Killer B and Sky Star jump cancels. You can use Air Hike to reset the direction of inertia as well. Just remember the types of jumps we have. With Inertia, Guard Fly is incorporated. Since we can't replicate exactly how Guard Fly works in DMC4, here's how it works in Crimson. Air Guard makes Dante really heavy. As soon as you press Guard in the air, you descend. Add inertia, and basically we have Guard Fly. In order to perfectly execute Guard Fly, you want to jump cancel Killer B or Sky Star, and then press Guard as soon as possible. This will trigger a clean Guard Fly based on the direction of your movement. However, you can make a pseudo Guard Fly after a Sky Star without needing to jump cancel at all. The distance and velocity won't be the same. Here are some other useful tricks regarding Royalguard style when you use inertia. In DMC4, there's a move that stops all kinds of inertia you currently have. That is Yamato Rave. Very useful to alternate your movement. In Crimson, the move that kills inertia is Royal Release. Do not get confused with Just Release, which is the move you use against an attack. Royal Release can be used at any time, with or without guard gauge. Unfortunately, it's not as useful as Yamato in DMC4, because Royal Release doesn't let you use Skystar or the pistols right after, but you can still use it for no inertia in certain situations. Also, you may have heard bullet magnetism from DMC4. This is basically being pulled forward after a short delay, using guns, even if your inertia is going backwards. There is something similar in Crimson as well. You can kill your backwards inertia by doing an air guard. This will push you a little bit forward, somewhat replicating the bullet magnetism technique. Now that you know how inertia works, you can start experimenting with different weapons to create unique movement combos. Instead of mashing your buttons, you only need to hold them in order to perform a crazy combo in its full duration. This includes all types of crazy combos, even from guns. Just like the name says, this option enables reversals that don't need to be buffered from a previous move, just like the mod in DMC5. If you want to make a reversed stinger, hold lock on, press forward and melee button. As soon as you press the melee button, stop using lock on and hold your desired direction. If you manage to do it really quick, Dante is going to make the stinger in the direction you pressed. Sometimes, it goes halfway because you didn't make it fast enough. This works for most moves. Combine this with faster turn rates and improved buffered reversals, and you have a big window to make a reversal. You can see Dante changing the direction of the attack in the middle of the animation, so beware of the accidental reversals. This change may seem controversial, but in my opinion is a very good idea. With this option enabled, most enemies can be juggled now, even bosses. You can even style on bosses now, and this enables a lot of crazy ideas for combo making. This is another change that some purists may see controversial. Some attacks will stagger the enemies longer than vanilla, like pistol shots. I do think that if you're going to fully utilize all options from this mod, including guardfly, you don't have to worry about the enemies being too floaty or heavy. You will create your own setups and manipulate the height and displacement of the enemies in your combos. And this option only makes more setups available to you. Do note that this doesn't change the gravity of the game, only how the enemy drops. Self-explanatory, the Soul Eaters are no longer invincible, but they still teleport from one place to another, even removing your lock on them. Mechanic from DMC4 and DMC5, this will be triggered fast, out of combat. We already mentioned that the turn rates can be faster in Crimson. In Vanilla, you can still make reversals out of other attacks, but the window is short. This option makes them doable. Do note that some reversals can be made only through buffering, like Neutral Trick. Most attacks in Vanilla are not possible if you're under a certain height. This option disables that condition by making all attacks possible in any height. If you're too close to the ground, some attacks are cancelled. The character turn speed is increased, self-explanatory. You'll get the biggest fire rate when holding the shoot button. I don't recommend this option enabled because it makes the pistols fire 2 shots in a single press, which is something annoying for combos. This makes the Swordmaster attacks to be used in the direction of your pressing when not using lock-on. This option also enables Bufferless Reversals. This option makes the lock-on behave like the modern games, so you don't need to reverse your inputs when you're not facing the enemy anymore. It removes the cooldown of jump cancel. You can spam this, and it would look a bit silly if you do so without a purpose. Now, let's talk about Dante's specific gameplay options. He got the most changes, so we're going one by one. Enabling this option makes moves and attacks being cancelable to another action. For example, Guard in the air can cancel a lot of attacks. Skystar can be cancelled with any Swordmaster attack. Prop can be cancelled with Air Trick. I don't have the full list of this, but the intention is making this close to DMC4 interactions. Skydance is split in 2 now. Part 3 is executed by pressing lock-on, forward style button. Part 1 and 2 are infinite. Also, this option gives weight to Skydance. If you execute Skydance and do not jump cancel, the next attack will be very heavy compared to normally. This depends on the attack itself, because not all attacks carry this weight. You can evade this weight by doing Air Trick, jump cancel, or similar. Like modern games, pistol shots and any other attack will stop displacements. Very useful for combo making. Enabling this option gives an air launcher to the twin swords. This is one of the best air launchers in the game right now for Dante, because it puts him at the same height as the enemy. No need to perform any action to keep juggling. Using Air Trick in the ground won't consume your Air Trick count, and double the count for Air Trick, Air Hike, and Skystar when you're in DT. You can perform an instant Vortex attack. When in DT and using the guitar, press lock on, any direction, and melee button. This enables a lot of cool combos and can be jump cancelled. The first Swordmaster attack of Nevan in the air won't make a knockback. This is useful if you want to treat this as Rebellion's aerial Rave. This attack has a very wide hitbox and can be used for cross-under with Inertia. Rebellion Rave acts like DMC4. You don't start falling off from the first attack and take weight into account. Very useful if you want to make star raves and do not depend fully on pistol shots to maintain height. Gravity of air shot is affected, making you rise less. My bet is that this change was made to make shotgun jump cancels more doable. This change makes Dante ascend a bit, using Rainstorm. You can be infinitely in the air by doing a Rainstorm, and a simple shot all the time. When combined with all other gameplay options, this is very useful for juggling purposes. Enables Air Stinger for Dante. Do note that this currently can't be jump cancelled early. By enabling improved cancels, you can use Guard after Air Stinger. Neutral Swordmaster button with Beowulf will activate Tornado. You can jump cancel it like any other attack. If you perform Rainstorm and then Tornado, it will act as an air launcher for some reason. This interaction has existed since vanilla. Normal blocks will consume DT gauge instead of receiving damage, just like DMC5. Dance Macabre and Sword Pierce inputs are inverted, behaving like DMC4 and 5. The start of the animation has less gravity than vanilla and gives air flicker weight. Enabling this makes drive a back-to-forward input. You can hold the melee button for more damage. It also enables quick drive by doing any rebellion attack and back-forward melee. You can hold style to perform infinite Rainstorm in the air instead of mashing. Works very cool to make crossovers and combos. It gives Beowulf an air launcher, which is the maximum rising dragon, can be jump cancelled at any time.
Start the party!
Air Hike is now always red and can be used with any weapon. Now, by only pressing, you have the full charge of both Gunslinger and normal attack. In compensation, it reduces its damage 90%. Extremely useful for combos. Combine this option with Artemis swap shots, so you don't have to use Gunslinger for the juggling multi-shot attack. This new ability gives Dante another tool to make combos. The animation is similar to Royal Release and can cancel any move or attack you're doing. If this is the first action you make in the air, you can cancel the taunt itself with any other move as well. This behavior works for jump cancels. You can make something like this. You can also jump cancel the air taunt for even more possibilities. This pretty much covers all Dante changes and new gameplay options in Crimson. Remember, this mod is in beta and will likely add more features and change current ones, but this guide should be useful for players who want to start experiencing the general changes of this mod. I hope you liked it. Don't forget to like and share and subscribe. If you have any questions about the guide, leave a comment or join my Discord channel. See you next time.